these matches. CPU being Hero Play, Swid, Bingy, Foz. And then they were facing off against FOMO, I believe. Which is
This is going to be a good one.
Yeah, this is going to be a good
This
one.
is going to be a good one. I'm excited.
Kozie on
sure.
Awakening Wand, Belly on Succession Wizard, and Kalb on the Kunoichi, or Mamo. They also have Mamo.
Yeah, that is the big thing about FOMO is that they have so many different setups possible. I'm curious which one they
too.
pick.
Like, there's no like free sub. Like, I forget which team had. Like, one of the teams has like, some teams do put their GM in as a sub so they can get like a free win for the Archer weapon skins.
Seen that a few times. Non-skeptic.
Seen that, yeah, a little bit of skeptic.
A little bit of skeptic
maneuvers, but not with this one. The FOMO has such a crazy team composition where whatever they need, they can just swap out that player. For a different one. But let's go ahead and check out that matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Like we said, that's going to be FOMO with Kozie, Kalbs, and Mamo. Let's see, Kozie being top 100, top 25, and he was in the PvP 100. He was top 25 in AOS. He was also in one of our tournaments in 2024. We have Belly, who was the Masterclass winner for Wizard. Sorry, not Wizard. It's Wizard or
he's on Wizard, yes.
yeah, okay.
So
yeah,
he normally on standardly or plays Suck Witch, but
I think he was Masterclass winner for Witch.
Yeah. So
yeah.
He's a Witch player, but the thing is that Suck Wizard is better in 3v3 due to the fact of a couple of things. One of them, for example, Bolide, I believe CC's earlier on Wizard.
It does on Wizard, yes, specifically,
yes.
and Witch it's a little bit delayed.
Yes. There's things like that. There's a couple of reasons. So. Just due to that, Wizard, it's just a little bit better. So he's been playing actually the last season of AOS, and I believe now with 2 months of practice prior to this tournament, only Wizard, just prep and kind of adjust. It's a pretty similar class to Witch anyways, so yeah, it wasn't too bad for him. But going into this matchup, the biggest thing I want to see is can CPU with this kind of really clump ball-esque comp deal with FOMO, who are very spread out, very mobile, very kind of chip heavy. CPU definitely has a lot of chip damage available, but it's a lot slower, a lot of bigger, wider actions, especially with that Dosa TP. Maybe I'm curious to see how
they do have Bingy. They do have Bingy.
They do have Bingy that they can swap into for sure.
Oh yeah, true, for swapping it. Yep. And then FOMO. Yeah, when I was watching through the preliminaries, it just seemed like FOMO had really good communication just by the way they were posturing throughout their matches, the way they were moving around. They weren't making any solo hero plays like, like someone might be off to the side. They weren't trying any reckless actions like that. Kozie on the Awakening Lawn also showed that he was very aware of Belly's presence throughout his matches, where he was just waiting to peel for him in case he was being focused too much. Belly on that Succession Wizard offering high damage, but he might be the most focused target. So let's go ahead and see how this is going to play out, ladies and gentlemen, as we head into the match. Armin, take it away.
We got FOMO versus CPU. Let's get it underway. This is going to be the match of the night. I think this is one of the top two teams to be the favorites to potentially reach the finals. CPU up against FOMO. Swid going to be over on that Scholar. So we do have, this is going to be our matchup. No caster in, no striker in.
Subbed out.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. Swid with an early B buff. I actually don't think this is the play. I think he would want to play that Scholar E buff kind of for that last 30 seconds potentially, but he is going to pop it early. He's also going to be popping out his Rabomb right there, which is going to be a denial of slows. If you guys don't know, Scholar has a Rabomb that makes it so that for 30 seconds, any slows applied to them just do not work. So you cannot slow this class during that buff being activated. Bit of neutral game. Mamo going to be sitting in the middle of the three. He's going to be going for the void lightning. Instantly cancels out, spaces away. He's going to be going back to his teammates. Pops that Fearful Trembling, trying to get a little bit of SA. Swid now coming in. He's going to be coming down. There's the Flow Golden Thunder, the main Scholar skill that you have to be afraid of. It's that big AoE KD where they slam down their hammer. And now with 2 minutes, we've had no pressure really being given out. There's a lot of safe gameplay going for picks off where they can. Mamo coming down, pole ball, trying to go for the grab. Did not manage to connect. Hero Play going to be dashing and went for a CC on the Cal. Cal's going for the grab. It's going to be a little bit too late though. Hero Play actually could have gone for potentially for a punish right there. And connecting over onto Kozie. Needs to be careful with that long grab. He's going to be using his spacing, getting out where he can. Kozie instead is going to go for a grab over on a Fuzix. And there's going to be a counter grab over on a Kozie. So Kozie put on the ground is going to get peeled off. Fuzix will be forced to be as well. Great grab peel coming out from Swid on that time. If he was late, it would have just been a free CC and a free V for FOMO to take the advantage against CPU. And now with even scenarios, you're going to see Mamo going back to that midfield. He loves to pole vault from the high ground, gives him more distance, more spacing, potential to punish any kind of frontal guard where he can. Fuzix with no Q block, with no V available, is going to be sitting in that Q block, sitting on top of his pillar. Hero Play sitting out in the middle, going to be going for chip where he can. There's going to be checking out the SAKD, no connection over onto Kozie. Kozie not going for a grab. It's going to be grabbing the lawn, and Hero Play got grabbed at the same time. It's a double grab. 1v, 1 kill. Wait, no, Hero Play is going to stand up.
Smash.
He greeted, and the down smash barely saving him. Or sorry, actually almost killing him.
Yeah, play the lottery, Mabo. That was so lucky.
That was crazy time from FOMO. It could have been Hero Play with no V loss, and now with 50 seconds, all CPU has to do, or all FOMO has to do, is stall the game and play for time. And this is one thing, we've been seeing this in match after match. Even on EU, these players play for so much safety, play for so much like not playing too greedy. And a lot of the time, all that ends up happening is you get 1 kill, and then they will just play for the HP lead, and it's the smart thing to do. Even in scrims over the past 2 months, I've been seeing a lot of these players scrim against each other, these teams scrim against each other. This has been the prime strategy to win out a round. Kill 1 and just play to stall out the other 2. After all, there's no reason to aggress too hard and take any kind of risk, especially when you don't have a V available. So you can see that's why Mamo is sitting out over on the side here. He's kind of looking for opportunities to peel out his team. Cal going for smart SA pressure over on the Hero Play side. And Hero Play, you can see his HP has been dropping so low in these instances, down to 5% with Cal pressuring him out. Cal is actually going to get caught right here by Hero Play, but I think he doesn't have the correct positioning. No, it's just the round is over at this point. 1-0. FOMO takes the lead. 3 players up against 2, and the HP to boot. It's hard to deal with.
Absolutely. All right. Well, good showing that round. FOMO taking that first win. The Calb, Goze, and Mamo team comp is just proving to be a force to be reckoned with. That down smash that Mamo got, by the way, I wonder how that round would have turned out if he wasn't able to force that V on his opponent. But hey, what can I say? Go buy a lotto ticket or something after that, because that was definitely needed.
Well, you know, that's the thing. Omemo on that Awakening Tamer, you actually have access to a very consistent down smash on Tamer. It is very consistent when I say that. He throws it out in almost every single one of his combos. So if you try to stand up against his Tamer and he's there on those kind of last hits when you're about to stand up, you best believe you have to be ready to press your V button, because there's a decent chance you're actually not standing up just yet. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Calb on that Sakuno. This guy is the rank 1 AOS a ladder player on NA, and historically he has been a Sage player, but however, for the past 3 to 4 months, including the last season in AOS, although his win rate was not very good at that time because he had just started, he has been playing Sakuno, and he has become an incredible, a phenomenal player on the Sakuno, and that is why he is entering this tournament on Sakuno instead of Awakening Sage, trying to show what he can, and Switch trying to show what he can. Went for a grab over on Akari. Akari just managed to from it just in time, went for a counter grab, and ended up missing because Swid had already disengaged. Calb sitting over in the middle, goes for the Shadow Explosion, block time going for a connection where he can, Dance Macabre engaging in immediately. Tendon Cutter gonna look for a float where he can right there. Tendon Cutter, when you're doing a stationary, uses no stamina, and Fuzix out of stamina is gonna get grabbed, got forced to V, and they're gonna be looking for damage pressure on a Fuzix. Again, it's the same exact situation as last time. Hero Play is trying to do what he can on the side alongside with Swid, but Fuzix has just been getting ran down on the Seraph. I almost wonder if we can sit on his POV, trying to see how he's getting caught, but it doesn't matter. Swid's gonna be the one to get a connection, gets a grab on Akari on the Awakening Lawn, and is gonna be forcing out his V. Fuzix, you can see he's been sitting on the side, and he's been kind of playing out of these fights, but the grab pressure, the CC pressure, Akari going for these grabs where he can, and Calb now popping his Z-buff. They're going to be going for damage pressure. That's what he's going to be looking for. Just watch out for this burst damage. His Dance Macabre specifically on Sakuna, just so much chip damage. Shadow Explosion in the middle of the neutral right there. He's going to be going with the Shadow Stop. Fuzix trying to space away. You can see over on the left-hand side, Calb's going to be throwing out his Magnus, going for a Sun connection, but Fuzix is forced to play out so far away. It's going to be the Absorb coming out from the Tamer, so it's going to be a team buff applied over onto both his teammates, which will help with damage even more. Tendon Cutter is going to be going opposite side, trying to go for a grab on a Hero Play, catch him up on a Hero Play, barely manages to dodge. Fuzix in the middle of 2. He's getting chased down. He went for the spin. Did he manage to get any kind of CC? No, he didn't. But Koji Akari on that Awakening Lawn is running down low on HP. Down to 10%. You can see Hero Play on that Suctosa keeping up the pressure. He is running low enough. He's popping FGs in his kind of way. Hero Play doesn't have enough stamina to keep up with him. Maybe not enough movement available, but now he's finally able to stick. Eradication came out from Akari right there. Deadly Dance trying to go for a bit of a CC. The red swing. Oh my god, he's going to kill him. He does. Akari's down. We're down with a 2v3. Cal desperately trying to go for any kind of damage pressure to kill Fuzix and even up the playing field. The spin, he got Calb! Fooz with a counter play, good connection. Calb's gonna be forced to V. It's Mamo and Calb against 3. There's only 20 seconds left. It comes out, he hits a grab out of the V. He wasn't expecting it. Fuzix caught off guard, and now FOMO. 10 seconds, can they tie it up? Mamo comes in with a pole ball. Still a V available on Hero Play, so Hero Play has to be the one to take the pressure. So they're trying to disengage and get a little bit of his HP back. 2 seconds left. Calb needs a final hit. He goes for the shackles. He doesn't connect, so despite the connection over on the Fuzix, it wasn't enough.
Wow, CPU coming back there. You know, Hero Play had a really good catch there. Red swing, Audible Blitz. That is the name of the skill, by the way. It's that huge swing that also heals Succession Dosa. That was a really good pick there at the last second, and I feel like that was like the main reason why they were able to bring things back and take that win there. But phenomenal gameplay from both sides. CPU taking a win and coming back into the game, and now we're going to go off to a round 3 with the score being even. Someone just said buff Armin in chat, by the way. We're going to start out the gate, head out. Mamo's going through. Let's see how this team plays out moving into things. Armin, take it away.
And I definitely got to take a breath here, but there's no
time
because
God,
Mamo nearly got one shot KD'd by the Dosa. That is the threat of Suck Dosa. Some people say that Suck DK is a better class than Suck Dosa. I beg to disagree, and do you know why? Because Suck Dosa, his damage is so attached to singular skills. If he managed to get his swings off, he managed to get his take off, you get so much chip damage applied to you on those few seconds, and specifically down smashes off of nearly any KD. He can instantly down smash you, forcing you to not be able to V if you end up taking too much hit damage on the same timing. So now Hero Play is going to be the man of the match. He managed to win out the last round, but he's going to get grabbed. Grab off the end of his Shadow Explosion. That is a clean play, if I do have to say so myself. Hero Play now with no V. Akari with no V over on the other side. Sorry, Mamo with no V over on the other side. We're going to be in an even EV trade. It's going to be a little bit of a reset coming out for FOMO right here. Remember, we are tied up 1-1, so both these teams definitely need to take this round as it will put them on match point. Stakes are high and nerves are high. And no nerves are higher than for Hero Play as Calb hits a second grab, single-handedly getting the V and the kill on the Hero Play. That is why he is NAAOS's top player. It doesn't matter what his class is. He has just been consistent at hitting those grabs. 1 minute 30. It's a 2v3. Fuzix got caught in the middle of that and was forced to V as well due to Akari's grab landing on top of him. Is going to avoid Akari's grab coming out this time, and it's going to be a counter grab landing over onto Kozier, and as a result, we now have Fuzix down to 10% HP, but it's only Calb on top of him, both due to both of his teammates being, and now Calb gets caught by the spin. It's a triple V. CPU has a chance to turn this around.
Triple threat.
Let's see what they can pull off. 1 minute timers. Pressuring Swid's going to be playing in the midfield now. As you can see, Swid is the only one with V available, so he has to be the one to try and go for the grab attempt. If Fuzix goes for the green, he might end up getting caught, and Swid actually connects, grabs Akari, he's on the ground, is he going to die? No, Fuzix got caught as well! Oh no, he greeted too hard. Single-handedly, Swid could have easily forced the KD, got the damage, and forced the kill without any form of feel on him, but Fuz greeted too hard. He solar flared into Calb, and Calb has been hitting so many grabs. It might have actually been Mamo as well. Oh my god, he's gonna grab as well into Mamo! Wait, he can kill this, and then it's gonna come down to just Calb trying to go for the peel. He's gonna come in, there's a home run, hits Calb, he's gonna get a lot of damage pressure. Swid might be able to single-handedly 1v3 this right now after getting 2 CCs. Coming down for the chip, goes for the grab. Calb ends up missing, trying to grab the end of that spacebar. Is gonna force the V though. The stomp ended up connecting on a Swid, down to 50% HP, equal on both players, but you have to remember, Swid on the Scholar has his anti-veil available, and he's gonna be going up into his magnets, or sorry, his TP, his Nightmare. He's just gonna stall it out. He knows he's has the lead, but you have to be careful. If Calb connects here, he can lose. 1 second. Who wins? It's a draw! No way! Swid, despite it being a draw, turned this from a loss into an equal trade.
Swid, the MVP of this round. What are we doing here? This guy in a 1v3 situation manages to bring it back, takes out 2 opponents in the process, despite Fox going down, and that's going to end in a draw. Wow. I don't even know what to say. There were so many things I wanted to say before that. Yeah, you guys can't see Armin's catching his breath right now off to the side, and you can blame him. Yo, funny thing, though. Hero Play got a crazy catch on Mamo, and Calb was like, you're not going to do that to my teammate anymore. I'm actually just going to focus you down forever. So, looks like someone did crash.
Oh my god, we crashed.
So
no way.
We are going to bring it
Dude,
back.
I'm sweating. I should be all the yellow.
You guys can't see him, but he is. Yeah, this guy is into it. I can't blame
this
you.
is some good games. This is what I mean. This is a grand finals level matchup right here. I was very excited to see these teams play it out. They still have a chance of turning this around. The 2v3 is definitely possible. We saw it for CPU, but can we see it for FOMO? Mamo trying to go for the scratch right there over onto the Fuzix as he's spacing away. Fuzix says, I'm going to have none of that. Gets over the midfield. Hero Play going for the same connection that he went for earlier, and he is going to be forced to be at 1%. He almost died of the burst damage before the V got off. They're managing to pull it off, and now Mamo, he says he wants to go for it. He's going to pop the team above. He's going to pop the absorb, and Fuzix is going to pop the spin. Calb on the ground, forced to V. Mamo's not going to be enough to pull it off. The buff used for nothing. CPU 2-1 taking it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. My mic was muted. But Swid definitely being an MVP for this tournament, doing a really good job. Hero Play getting good catches off to the side. Memo did have a good awareness countering the engage from Hero Play on his last second engage. But in the end, CPU having a strong showing for this tournament. And let's see if they can continue it going forward.
All right, 2 minutes 40. CPU again leading 2-1. Do not look at the top scores right here. Akari going to be going in. He did Eradication, one hit, spin out, and is going to be going for a Deadly Dance. Did not manage to CC. That core selection can be very important, and Akari has been favoring Deadly Dance for the past couple of weeks during these scrims and practices. I assumed he might want to try Eradication, but it did not end up being the selection. And Hero Play right here, it's going to be a CC. That selection is not going to work. Akari V'd again. He has lost his V first in nearly almost every round. He's playing a bit too aggressive. He's getting caught off guard. The grabs specifically have been connecting onto him. Memo trying to do the best he can. Pole ball comes down, goes for the grab, and it's going to hit. Nice grab on the Swid. He needs to wait for his teammates to go for the KD, and he's going to try to go for the damage fall. Swid will be forced to be in the middle of 3. You can see the clump. There's so much going on, and he got another connection on to Hero Play. Hero Play ended up getting grabbed. It was a grab coming out from either Calb or Akari in the middle of the clump. You can hear the flashes. That is a signal that a grab got thrown out, whether it's a miss or a connection. So if you guys are new to the game and you're wondering how it works, look at that flash on the right side. Foos, as you saw, just ended up missing his grab. Went for the slow fair, try to connect on to Memo. Memo had already space play, so using his tree climb iframe, sitting out in the middle. Fearful Tremble trying to connect on to Hero Play. Hero Play fortunately did not throw an unpredicted CC out right there. Hero Play, remember, no V available on him. Oh my god, he grabbed the pole vault! Great timing coming up from Foozix. Forces a VL, and now Foos is the only player with a V available in this match. So you're going to see the Seraph try to play a little bit more aggressive. Calb grabs on a Swid. Swid with no V. The KD follows Ser. He grabbed him before out of the dance. Nice timing from Calb, but Calb did take a lot of chip. He's down to 10. He's going to try to kite away. Hero Play is going to be hard and aggressive on the pressure. Foos right behind him, goes to the Grave Center. He did not manage to connect. Akari's trying to go for the PO. Memo's going to go well on the floor as well, though. He has no V, and he's going to down smash him again. No, he got the get him with a grab peel. Akari saves it. Hero Play's going to die. He's no 10%. He stood up. Akari got counter grab, and it's going to be a full team wipe. We're 1-2. No. Hero Play's alive.
He's alive
We're
somehow.
1v1. From 3v3 to 2v2 to the club to the grabs connecting everywhere. It was a cluster. It is a fiesta. And we're down to our final 2 players. Stealth is going to be the main play coming out from Calb right here. You don't see 1v1s in these tournaments very often. Hero Play's trying to sniff him out of the stealth. The soldier response can actually hit Calb out of his stealth, so he has to be careful. He's going to be holding his Q block on the opposite side. He knows how Hero Play wants to play this. And Hero Play on that Suck Dosa has a lot of chip damage, but you're fighting against Sukuno, one of the strongest classes in the game right now when it comes to chip damage. Is going to be going out for that soldier fake tendon cutter. He's going for a lot of chip. He's going to connect, and the dance, he got the back attack! Hero Play greeted too hard to the SA. He's going to try to hit him on the stealth. Calb needs to be careful. You can't greet away with stealth against a Suck Dozer for too long. 5 seconds left. It's going to be tied up. Can he get the final CC on the Calb? He can. Flash slash. It's over. Calb 2-2. We're going to a round 5.
Wow. Yeah, where do I start with that match? There's so many things I saw there. Hero Play forcing Akari V early on. Akari was seeming to play a little bit too aggressive. Memo also, yeah, he had an insane grab on Swid in that round, but Hero Play, dude, I don't even know. That full swipe on the teams where it looked like Hero Play was just about to win, before that all happened, he had such a good CC onto Memo, but Akari was just ready to grab peel for Memo at the last second before everyone got wiped.
Yeah, this match is crazy, and I said round 5. This is actually round 6 because we had a draw. So we are going the full
9
length.
miles.
Insane.
I don't think this has ever happened before,
Comes
actually.
down, this never happened before. Comes down, flash slash, no connection. He pops Casino to try and stay alive in his iframe. This is everything. Ball players are nerves to the maximum. Coming down, Flow Golden Thunder. Memo did not get caught by coming out for the Scholar. Swid right there on that Scholar. Coming down, pole vault, looking for a little bit of a knockback where he could, but did not manage to connect. Tega comes out from the Dosa, trying to go for chip damage over on the Memo. Chip damage is going to be so important. He has to be carried of the soldiers, though. The random soldier spawn is going to connect on the coming. He got the knockback. The secondary CC was too late. Hero Play saw it from the midfield, but he couldn't get in there in time. So Calb using those S-blocks, that's what I was talking about in the 1v1. Swid is going to be coming in, trying to go for a grab over on a Kozie. Kozie, Akari on that lawn. He's been getting CC'd. He's been forced to be so early on there here. But Calb's going to be the first one to get a connection. Stomp on the Hero Play. Hero Play V'd out. So Hero Play's the first one to lose his V here. The last soldier remaining, the last clone for the last round. But this time around, he's going to be the first one going down with his V. FOMO taking this as an opportunity to reset, but you don't want to give FOMO this fast reset if you're CPU. They can pop their Tamer buff. Their Absorb is going to be coming up here pretty soon towards the last minute of this round. If they pop this Absorb here, it's going to be a huge buff for their team. Mamo already going to be popping his E buff. That's going to be a little bit of a DP buff that he can use to try and go for the engage. And CPU now understanding that the stakes are high right here. Are going to be the first ones to try and step up and go for a little bit of an engage. Going for the Spol's response. You can see Hero Play's trying to spawn those on top of his team. And now FOMO pop the Absorb. Damage is going to be at the max. Sweet gets caught. Cobb going in the middle, trying to go for a little bit of pressure where he can. Hero is going to be coming in to try and go for the field now. Soldier spawn. He got the KD on the Cobb. He's going to go for the farm. He gets grab field. Mamo with the field. Hero Play no V. He's dead. We're down to 2v3, but it is going to be 2Vs gone down from CPU side. They need to get a CC. Foos, it's all down to you. Swin has no V, so he has to play more safe. He goes for the grab on a Cobb. Cobb gets out and says, no thanks, I'm gone. Tendon cutter spaces to the opposite side. Fuzik's in the middle of 3. The chip damage is so high. Mamo's sitting on top of him. Since he has V available, he's okay with going for the chip damage plays, but he has to be afraid of the spin. He has to be afraid of that Seraph strength that everyone talks about so much. Switch trying to go for a grab right there, comes back to the midfield, going for a little bit of help over on the Fuzik where he can. Fuz has his V, but he might just die to chip damage. Swin, you have to help him where you can, but it's too late. He gets done. FOMO is down to 1 player left, and they're going to be going on to the winner's side, or sorry, the bottom side semi-final. Congratulations, FOMO. Wow, what a game. What a game.
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
That was actually insane. Both sides had phenomenal gameplay. You know, you have Calb getting the clutch grabs, which I actually feel in that last round. Hero Play putting
crazy.
Hero Play went down in the corner because he originally got a catch and he tried to use Audible Blitz to re-CC afterwards. But
He did actually get the re-CC, but the thing is that Mamo was right there.
Yeah, and it's just, I understand why he wanted to go for it because, you know, you see that CC and you're like, well, this is maybe our last chance. But when you don't have V, then it puts you in a really bad position. Guess why he didn't have V, though? Because Calb got the craziest early grab at the beginning of that match, forcing him to be in that position in the first place. So definitely an MVP play in round 6, which, again, I don't know if we've ever had a round 6 before here in a tournament setting. So definitely insane
been a very
stuff.
long time. It's been a very long time.
I'm going to watch that VOD later for sure.
That was a great match.
There were so many good moments. Like, that felt like it could have gone to anyone because Swids, definitely, I feel like Swids was the MVP of his team as well on his side. Just had really good, amazing grabs, really good follow-up. But, yeah, that. Calb's team FOMO, making it on the finals. Yeah, did we just get to watch that for free? That's how I feel about it. But ladies and gentlemen, this is how our bracket's gonna look to be playing out moving forward. We have PvPs versus Body Slams in the semifinals, and Requiem versus FOMO in the semifinals. This is going to be a best of 5 format before we get to finals and the 3rd place match in a best of 7. But yeah, very, very amazing stuff coming out today, and I'm just happy to be here and be here live and listen to some goated shoutcasting. You know, even chat is complimenting the shoutcast from Arvin. It's just an honor to have you.
We
here
still have
on the
3 games to go,
I know,
and my voice is. It's going.
I know, but guess what? I hope you still got some more energy left in you. I hope chat's not tired yet because the next match is about ready to go. So let's go ahead and check up those matchups going here moving forward. It's going to be Team PvPs versus Body Slam. PvPs with Vert on the Succession, Kunoichi, Smoked on the Seraph, aka Liger, and Pinks on the Succession Meiwa versus DBM on the. Felt like it could have gone to any.
He has to be afraid of that.